so well, let them lead the way. Show them all the beauty they possess inside, and give them a sense of pride to make it easier. Let the children's laughter remind us how we used to be. I decided long ago never to walk in anyone's shadows. If I fail, if I succeed, at least I live as I believe. No matter what they take from me, they can't take away my dignity. Become the greatest love of all is happening to me. I found the greatest love of all inside of me. The greatest love of all is easy to achieve. Learning to love yourself is the greatest love of all. If by chance that special place that you've been dreaming of leads you to a lovely place, find your strength in love. Ritual, thank you very much. Wow, that was wonderful and very inspiring, isn't it? So let's give her a big round of applause once again. Now we will have the unveiling of the crown for this year's Miss Universe Meghalaya. And for this, I would like to request our chief guest, Paul Lingdor, Minister of Tourism, Government of Meghalaya, to kindly do the honor. And I would also like to request our guest of honor and our special guest to accompany our chief guest in unveiling the crown. Let's give a big round of applause. Come on, a huge round of applause. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, sir. Now, we would also like to request Paul Lingdor to kindly share a few words with us.
Good afternoon, friends. Thank you, Eva, our MC, for this afternoon. Commissioner and Secretary in the Department of Arts and Culture, Frederick Roy Kharkongor, who has been has put into perspective what power is and how Meghalaya and the rest of the Northeast can really enhance its potential through its soft power. Amjad Khan, director and one of the main architects of today's event, Ms. Ashina, Ms. Sophia, friends from the media fraternity, John, one of the friends who walked into the office to invite me into today's occasion. I could see a lot of familiar faces. It will be difficult for me to start naming each one of you. But yeah, it's difficult for me to attend such programs on a working day. But I did make the effort. I checked up at around 2:15 and I was told that most of the tables were still empty. So I walked into the office and here I am to not only offer my personal support, fellowship and also contribution towards your cause, but also I happen to be in charge of departments with which this event is inextricably linked. As Minister of Arts and Culture, you represent what I would call our cultural ambassadors, as beauty queens, as people who walk the ramp, not only within this country but also abroad. And as Minister in charge of tourism, this is one very important aspect of tourism here in Meghalaya. Our soft skills in music and the fine arts, and also as Minister in charge of sericulture and weaving. We have a plethora of our own indigenously crafted dresses and fabrics, which I think it is high time for you to take to the rest of the world. There is a saying in Khasi, Kambyang ban shuyapan, kakambyang banyai. It is not sufficient to borrow. It is also, in fact, it is more important to give. Let the rest of the world be mesmerized, be enchanted by the wealth of our textiles. In the nook and corners of Riboy district, for instance, we have mostly women who have spent, and today they are in the second and third generation, weaving patterns on the fabric. But most of these are not even known by many here in the capital city of Shillong. We need to take those fabrics to the rest of India, to the rest of the world. And the aim is for us to go global. Frederick has mentioned a few of our inherent strengths. The fact that we had legislators turned ministers back in the 1950s, the fact that we had somebody like Rose, who became ultimately the chairperson of the UPSC. These are some of our the faces that introduced the women folk of Meghalaya to the rest of the world. He has not mentioned one thing, which I think he left it to me to do so, which is that in Meghalaya, in most constituencies, female voters outnumber the males. So we can act and take policy decisions which are to your disadvantage only at the cost of our own disadvantage. In fact, yesterday when I received the invitation, I was shown the draft of this particular card, where below Miss Universe was my picture. And I advised, I think it was uh, Savio who came, I advised him to take it off, saying that please, Bapwal is not Miss Universe and has no intention of becoming one. Um, let's make it a women-centric affair. And yes, whatever can be said about Shillong, Meghalaya, the drawbacks, the fault lines, the inadequacies, one thing that should stand out is the fact that women here are respected and are looked upon with a lot of goodwill by society all around. And this is something that is a major USP for Meghalaya. Although in Khasi, there is this debate that who is the more dominant gender, whether it's the male or the female. Some of those who argue that the male has more powers, there are more male MLAs and MDCs, they say it's because the Khasi man is called Ba, and Ba means big. When you call a river Wa, and you call it a Waba, it becomes the sea. So Ba is and denotes size. But then when you turn to the ladies and you call them Kong, it also means that they represent number one, Ningkong. So that way, there is a fine line that actually ensures a state of equilibrium. A lot of responsibilities shared and a lot of responsibilities divided. Today, I can say with a lot of confidence that Meghalaya has arrived. And where our soft skills are concerned, the sky is the limit. As we speak, our boys from Riasampia, from Jayao, Dapes is performing on the 11th at Dubai with the sponsorship and support of the Tourism Department of Meghalaya. Daniel's aim has taken our fabric to Milan last year. These were not opportunities available to our young people even 10 years ago. So I'd like to urge upon each one of you to optimize and make the best use of the opportunities that are today available with the young. All said and done, Meghalaya has only one way, and that is the way ahead. And we would like to see that more of our models, more of our actors, more of our playwriters, more of our whoever are engaged in the various arts and crafts also hone their skills to be original. I would like to see a point of time where we not only call Shillong the Scotland of the East, we would also like to see a point of time where Edinburgh should be called the Shillong of the West. And that should be the aim upon each one of you. I've seen, I've noticed, I am a music buff myself. I know the capacity of our young people, their potential. They can outdo Whitney Houston or Taylor Swift at any point of time. All they need is originality. Please begin to write your own stuff. Do not be known as Shakira of Shillong, blah, blah, blah. Not good enough. Please come up with a branding of your own, which will people will turn to you and say, yes, this guy, this band has gone beyond covering others. Officially today there are 5,000 recognized tribute bands that cover the Beatles. I'm a huge fan of the Beatles as a band, but if you were to ask me the names of the lead singers of those 5,000 bands, I won't know even two of them. Originality. Let's stick to originality. Our fabric is one of the